This main event is brought to you by Carl Greaves Promotions, live on Fight Zone, in association with Jordan Road Service. And ladies and gentlemen, this is for the vacant Commonwealth Silver Super Featherweight Championship. It is scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds of professional boxing. Would you please welcome to the ring, from Sheffield, Yorkshire, Razaq Najib.
Well, Razaq Najib soaking up the atmosphere. He's at the top of the walkway as he slowly starts to make his way down towards the ring, soaking up the atmosphere. Of course, he'll have a good contingent of the support with him tonight. And not too far from here in Sheffield, Razaq Najib, Lionheart is his nickname. We've seen Lionheart performances from him before. He's fought for the English title, European title. The occasion will not faze him. The partisan crowd will not faze him. He'll be ready for this. Has a great work rate, got a good record. He'll be up for this one, but the reception for the man who we're about to be introduced is going to be huge.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, Grimsby's very own Levi Giles.
Well, we expected a special atmosphere, and that is exactly what we have here. There is nothing quite like a title fight in boxing as the crowd have made their way to ringside. The atmosphere has reached the peak of excitement, and I think we have a great fight in store. We get ready to introduce the fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come to our main event. It is for the vacant Commonwealth Silver Super Featherweight Championship. It is scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds of boxing. Your scoring judges at ringside are Mr. Terry O'Connor from the West Midlands, Mr. Phil Edwards from Lancashire, and Mr. Kev Parker from Nottinghamshire. When the action gets underway, your referee in charge of the action is Mr. Ron Kearney from Tyne & Wear, and your timekeeper at the bell is the ever smooth Jason Booth. It is now time to introduce the fighters to you. Introducing first and boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the white with red trim, weighing in at 9 stone, 3 pounds, 8 ounces. He comes to the ring with a record of 17 professional bouts, 12 wins, 2 inside the distance, 5 losses, no draws. From Sheffield, Yorkshire, Razaq Lionheart Najib. And his opponent, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black and white, weighing in at 9 stone, 2 pounds, 9 ounces. He comes to the ring with a record of 15 professional bouts, 14 wins, 4 inside the distance, 1 loss, no draws. Grimsby's very own Levi Giles.
Well, there is nothing quite like fight night when you've got an atmosphere like this, your home crowd all behind you. And we are
listen
set
to that crowd,
for,
listen to it.
well, it's not bonfire night till Sunday, but I think we're going to get fireworks tonight.
Well, I thought we'd have fireworks in the Richardson fight, but I think we're going to get some here as well.
Absolutely. Levi Giles fighting in front of his home crowd, out of the red corner in the black and white shorts, out of the blue corner Razaq Najib in the white shorts with red trim.
For the
As the referee Bob Cheney gets ready to start us off, we're underway. The atmosphere in here absolutely electric, as you would expect. So just a reminder, this is 10 3-minute rounds for the vacant Commonwealth Silver Super Featherweight title. Levi Giles in front of his home crowd, they're all on the feet. They've come down to ringside. He gets a good backhand early on. Najib, a strong, solid opponent, has been in title fights prior to this, European title contender. 2 really hotly contended, tough clashes with Zahid Hussein. And here he is tonight, once again, fighting for a title. He does not stop coming forward, which, as Wayne was saying before, Wayne Bloy, alongside me, former pro from Grimsby, knows Levi very well, was saying if he continues to come forward, it will play into Levi's hands. What are you making of this opening minute, Wayne?
I think it's Levi looks really confident. He looks relaxed, which is good. You know, it's Razaq that looks a little bit more unsteady about what he's doing.
He looks to be the bigger man, Levi Giles, doesn't he? He's always in excellent condition, but he looks bigger, doesn't he? Yeah,
he does actually. Yeah, he made the weight really well. Yes, I was at the weigh-in yesterday. He looked fantastic on the scales. He looks strong. He looks really strong.
Getting through with that backhand. It's landed a few times in this opening minute and a half of the first round. Catches him again there with that left hook. Najib just trying to work his way in. He's a wily character, Najib.
Yeah, Levi's doing well here. He's just making little adjustments on his feet, just to be out of range when he needs to be, and being able to land the shot. Nice and relaxed performance so far from Levi.
He has a good work rate, Najib. He's known for continually coming forward. Doesn't really give you much time for a breather, but as you say, might play into Levi's hands that, and he's actually pushing him back when he can as well. And he's come back with some sharp, quick counters, Levi Giles, when Najib's let his hands go, so pushing him back against the ropes a little bit, but makes his way out now. Najib comes back with a few of his own, but nice jabs there.
Yeah, it's a completely different style to what he had previously when he's boxed on the back foot. So he's just holding his feet a little bit, trying to feel Razaq out a little bit.
Well, non-stop action, very, very busy round from both boxers in that opening round. Who would you say had the better of that one, Wayne?
It's difficult to put a finger on that one, to be fair. They both had their moments, but Levi for me looked a little bit more confident and composed when he landed his punches. I think Razaq was just a little bit rash in what he was doing, and Levi looked a little bit more composed there, so I'd give that to Levi that round.
First round to Giles then, on Wayne Bloy's unofficial scorecard.
It's always unofficial.
Levi says he's had a great camp. You know, he's been doing a lot of sprint sessions. Said he was expecting a tough fight, and that's what you want in front of the home crowd, of course, especially given where he wants to go. He did mention that although he's not looking ahead of this fight, in an interview with BBC Look North, he said he wants the winner of Reece Bellotti and Liam Dillon. Reece Bellotti recently getting the win against Aqib Fiaz in Liverpool. That's what he's setting his sights on.
Yeah, definitely. This is his stepping stone to the next fight. So he's got to get through this. You know,
it'd be great if he can make a statement here as well.
Yeah, and that's
he's not been stopped yet, Najib. 5 losses, but no stoppages.
No, definitely. And Levi got a stoppage on his last outing. So if he could emulate that again, it'd be great moving forward into his next contest.
It would really be impressive to stop a fighter like Najib, who's comes good pedigree to this one. He's been in some, as I say, title fights of his own, some really tough clashes. He won't be overawed by this occasion. That's one good thing, because you want a fighter who's game and going to bring his absolute best. You don't want a fighter not at the best, because they're intimidated by the occasion, but he won't be.
Yeah, definitely. He's experienced enough now to handle this situation.
And you can see what an awkward fighter Najib is, can't you? He's constantly changing his angles, and he's quite unorthodox in his style, isn't he?
Yeah, his game, you can tell he's coming forward like he said he was going to be. You know, I'm sure Levi's trained for that. You know, Matty would have gotten him very good shape and worked on his tactics for this type of fighter coming forward to him.
As we said, as we expected, Razaq Najib constantly coming forward. He just doesn't stop. His work rate is high. He doesn't appear to possess a big power punch to trouble Levi in that way, but certainly a consistent work rate. And having watched him before, that doesn't slow down. He can do this round after round after round. So Levi Giles is going to have to either match that work rate or impose himself with his more powerful shots.
Yeah, bad looks of it, he hasn't got that power like you say, but he is constantly coming forward and being consistent with what he's doing. It's just how Levi handles that.
And the thing is, of course, when it comes to judging, if you've got two different approaches, he caught him there, seemed to wobble him a little bit, but he regains his balance. Najib, he did seem to get stung a little bit by that short shot from Giles, but it depends. That you don't want to leave it to the judges, do you? I mean, it can be, somebody might prefer that stronger power punching from Giles or that persistent work rate of Najib. You've seen it happen.
Yeah,
so far the volume of punches is coming from Najib, but perhaps the more accurate power punch is coming from Giles, arguably. Yeah,
the quality punches are coming from Giles, and like you say, he is consistent, Najib, so Levi's got to be wary of that. That's a great uppercut. That's a great uppercut he caught him with there.
Caught him with a couple of shots there, Giles. But Najib fires back with his own. He comes back with an uppercut over the top with the hook. Goes to work, he catches him again. It's a feisty end to that second round. You can hardly hear the bell in here though, Wayne. That's part of the problem. It's so loud. Neither fighter, I don't know about you, could hear the bell then at the end.
Yeah, the ref had to jump in there just to split them apart, because you can't hear that bell for the crowd. But Levi finished that round really strong with some real eye-catching punches, and for me, he would have took that round as well.
10-9 to Levi Giles then, according to Wayne Bloy. They're difficult to separate the two in that second round if you prefer that continuous volume of punching from Najib or the more accurate, powerful shots from Giles. Najib does not appear to possess the kind of power that's going to trouble Giles, so he's going to have to break him down, and as we've seen him do with opponents before, just that continual, persistent work rate.
I'd like to see Levi just make a little bit more space, maybe take a backward step now and again, just to make a little bit of space, just to get a more telling punch away.
Just pesters and pesters, doesn't he, Najib? Obviously in a technically sound way. That's not to put him down at all. It's really difficult to, against somebody you can't deter, because they just keep coming and coming and coming. Changing the angles, he's constantly moving, very busy.
Yeah, that's right, and it's really awkward when you've got someone like that in front of you. You know, sometimes you just got to dig in and bite down on the gum shield and let your hands go.
What a night this has been for the Grimsby faithful here, who've been in fine voice. They've really got behind the home fighters, treated to some great performances. We had an upset in the last fight with the home fighter James Richardson suffering a knockout, but still a great fight where you're just a genuine 50-50, and that's exactly what we have here. You don't always get that, but what a fight the fans are being treated to here, as we expected and hoped for.
Yeah, it is. You know, I'm on the edge of my seat here, and I'm sat right ringside for you. But you know, this is great action. Great action.
It is an absolute privilege to sit ringside for fights like this, when you can feel every single blow landing. And you can see already in just the third round the toll it's taking on these fighters, that fatigue etched on their faces. But of course, plenty in the tank for both of these supremely conditioned fighters. Nice work from Najib going down to the body.
Yeah, he's picked up a little bit, Najib here.
That's the thing you have to be wary of, because I've seen it happen having watched Najib fight before. He wears them down and he just doesn't stop coming. He's all over you like a rash. Varies his shots, changes his angles. He's a real nuisance.
Yeah, he looks very awkward to box. I'd hate to be with someone like him.
He is. He pushes in, leans in with his elbow, creates that little bit of space in order to let his shots go, and he throws them from all sorts of angles. Nice uppercut from Giles there. Levi, yeah. Beautifully timed. Landed it nicely. Found its way through to the target from Giles there.
I'd like Levi to start just testing the body a little bit if he can. Trying to get that body shot off. He has got a great body shot.
And that's one way that they say is, you know, one thing that you can employ to try and slow down a very busy fighter like Najib, isn't it?
Yeah,
working
that's
to
it.
The body.
That's it. If you can just working down downstairs a little bit, maybe come upstairs and switch downstairs. You know, it can slow your opponent down a little bit, make him a bit heavy-legged, and that might just give Levi enough time to get his own shots off.
Into the last 10 of the third round. Giles trying to find his way with a couple of big shots towards the end. Najib smiling as he makes his way back to his corner.
Yeah, that was a very close round, that one.
Wayne Bloy giving that one to Najib. We're seeing his work rate, that lovely uppercut there from Giles, which landed cleanly, rocked back the head of Najib. But then we're seeing the reply from Giles, getting through with some nice shots there. That was got both fighters fired up, the closing stages of that third round. What a fight we have here for this vacant Commonwealth Silver Super Featherweight Championship, and the crowd are absolutely absorbed in this contest.
Yeah,
as they should be. These fighters are putting everything into this.
Yeah, they're making themselves heard, the crowd. They definitely know Levi's got a fight on here.
Both fighters are prepared for going the distance. They've both said in the build-up they expect a tough fight. They've prepared for the 10 rounds. That is indeed what we might well see. There's been no drop whatsoever in the pace so far, and it has been fought at some pace, this one, Wayne.
It has, yeah. Like I said, Levi, I know Levi is very fit. I'm not too sure about Najib, but you know, he looks fit. He looks like his game. If he can keep this up for 10 rounds, it'll be a good one.
Having seen him fight before, he can. He does keep up this pace. Like I say, sometimes those fighters that don't load up and have massive power, they can throw more volume of shots because they're not, you know, what knackers your arms is loading up on every shot. What a shot there!
That was a good shot by Levi there.
From Levi Giles, and that is what he has in his locker. It can turn on its head the trajectory of this fight at any moment when he possesses that kind of power. When he gets his range and timing right, he is a real danger, and we've seen that there with that backhand landing. Doesn't seem to have deterred Najib too much, but the judges will have spotted that one. He's getting through Levi Giles with those big shots.
Yeah, definitely in this round, Levi's had the more telling punches. Those two right hands there look to rock his head back a little bit.
halfway through the 4th round here. Giles finding his way through with those big shots. They could be the difference. Lots of volume of punches coming from Najib. He's relentless, he keeps up the pressure. He's a nuisance, he's always in his face.
Yeah, this is what he's got to be careful of. He can't stand still too long and just have his hands up. So
great shot again from Giles. He's having great success. Leaning to his left and coming in with that backhand. Landed a couple of times now and it's landed cleanly.
That's better. That's better from Levi there.
He needs to rock the head back of Najib and make these shots count, and he is doing in this round. Looks relaxed, Levi Giles, though.
Yeah, he looks like he's not really troubled by the power of his opponent. So
there's a lot of volume of punches, but a lot of them are landing on the gloves, which you still get credit a lot of the time for that work rate. However, they're not landing cleanly. Giles is, though, a real eye-catching shots when he lands cleanly.
I think if I was a judge, that's what I'd look for. The more eye-catching, telling punches that look like they're going to cause a bit of damage.
30 seconds left to go in this one, and the crowd are really riled up. Some big shots landed from Giles. The crowd can feel it, that if he turns it up and goes through the gears, he could have Najib in trouble, and he's going to have to match his work rate, because Najib does not stop coming. He goes to work again, putting his combos together with another flurry. Giles nice and relaxed, just allowing Najib to come onto him, looking to time that backhand. Another great round here from both fighters. Which way are you seeing that one, Wayne Bloy?
For me, that was a Levi round. You know, his punches were better time, better accuracy, whereas Najib, you know, a lot of the punches were to the gloves. So I'd definitely give that one to Levi.
We're seeing in the replay here that sheer volume and work rate of punches from Najib. And as Wayne's been saying, Levi Giles cannot afford to stand still too long and take too many of those, because even if they're landing on the gloves, it will be noted that he's got that continued intensity and work rate. As we're seeing here, he's getting through with a couple of them. Just persistent nuisance.
10 seconds.
Right in the face of Giles all the time, stepping forward, not giving him a moment. But when Giles lands with those big shots, they certainly are eye-catching. Round 5. Here we go. These two showing absolutely no sign of slowing down. What a fight the Grimsby Auditorium fans are being treated to here.
Yeah, it's a great contest.
Nice use of the jab in the opening phases there, in the opening few seconds from Giles, but
I'd like to see him just double it like that, doubling that jab, just feeling for the range a little bit, so we can find something on the backhand on the back of that.
These are exactly the kind of fights that both fighters need. As I was saying before, COVID really stalled the career of Najib. He's had some big fights since. He takes the opportunities when they come. So this is a great fight for both fighters and could kick them on to bigger things. You know, it undoubtedly will for whoever comes out on top this evening. Oh yeah,
you know, you've got to give him credit for that. You know, just to be able to stay inactive, you know, through the COVID period and whatnot. You know, these look like, you know, they've had a lot more bouts than they have, to be fair.
Constantly adjusting his footwork, Najib, isn't he? Takes that step and it's quite unpredictable, isn't it? In fact, arguably you wouldn't coach that, because it is unorthodox, and as he steps around there, his footwork at times when he's taking a step actually puts him off balance.
Yeah.
And he goes square-footed a lot of the time. If Giles can time a shot in line with that when his feet are square, he'll catch him.
Shot there from Levi.
So far it's working well for Najib because he's so unpredictable and difficult. Very awkward opponent.
Yeah, this round's sliding a little bit from Levi. He just needs to step on it a little bit more now, because Najib's making it very awkward. As you say, he's been a little bit elusive there, moving his head quite well, switching his feet a little bit.
And he's a fighter as well, Najib, isn't he? Because there's so much movement and he's so agile and active. Once he gets that rhythm and into that flow, he's difficult to break down, and that's what you don't want. You don't want him getting his rhythm and getting comfortable, because his movement's constant.
That's right, and Levi needs to figure out a way to stop that from happening.
Needs to interrupt that flow, doesn't he, which he did so well in the previous round. Not so much in this one. He's allowed Razaq Najib to get to work and continue to land with these flurries. plenty of them getting through.
Yeah, Levi just needs to keep his mind a little bit now and start cutting the ring down a bit. Yeah.
Racking up the points, Najib, as he does, as we've seen him do before. Big shot there from Giles,
shot
though.
by Levi, and again. And
Goes
again.
to work now, he's followed up, he's caught him. He's out on his feet. Off balance. Off balance. But he seems to have regained his composure. He's struggling there, he's at all sorts of trouble here, Najib. He takes another big shot from Giles. As the bell goes, he had him in all sorts of trouble there, Giles. He knows that's in his locker, he knows he's got the power to put him at risk. A big, big finish to that round for Levi Giles.
I can't split that round, to be fair, although Levi had some real good closing moments there. You know, Razaq, for me, was consistent throughout the round, so it's really difficult to split that round. I won't want to be the judge here.
Yeah, I never envy judges when they have this job. Sitting ringside is the best thing in the world, especially for a fight like this, but not as a judge.
Definitely not.
Here we go then. Goodness me. What a second half of this fight. We're seeing the replays here, of course, of Levi Giles stepping it up.
Orders, 10 seconds.
And he capitalised on that shot, followed up.
Seconds out.
And he had Najib in all sorts of trouble.
Round 6.
As you can see there.
Yeah,
Pretty wobbly on his feet. Let's see how well he's recovered now. He's had a minute for them to work on him, regain his composure. Levi Giles takes it straight to him though, doesn't want to give him any respite, won't want to give him too much chance to recover and regain his composure, but Najib seems pretty steady on his feet now.
Yeah, he looks like he's recovered there.
And that was that risk, Wayne, that we're talking about. Although he's very unorthodox and unpredictable and awkward because of his footwork, when he went square with his feet, that's when Giles caught him, and it's a risky approach, isn't it, with a fighter that can punch with the power that Giles can. He always keeps his shape really well, technically very sound, always has his feet under him. Najib, when he brings his feet round, although it is unpredictable and tricky, when he's square, he's vulnerable.
Yeah, he is, and I think Levi just needs to start doubling, you know, 2s and 3s on his punches now, because when he catches him in that position, he can knock his head back and probably catch the judge's eye. I'm sure Matty would have given similar instructions in the corner there.
This one is, of course, scheduled for 10 rounds. Whether we'll see the final bell remains to be seen, because it does look like, certainly in the case of Levi Giles, he has it in his locker to finish this one early, but it is no easy task. The man in front of him, Razaq Najib, has had 5 losses but not been stopped. 12 wins to his name, so a tough opponent, constant work rate. He's still not managed to slow him down, even given that massive pressure he had him under at the end of the last round. He wobbled in and he was out on his feet, back against the ropes, and still it's not deterred this constant work rate, and that is what you can expect from Najib, what makes him such a great opponent, especially for the fight fans, because he just is relentless.
Yeah, he is. He's not slowed down at all. You know, he's taking big shots and he's still going forward. You know, if Levi can put a bit more behind them shots, it might actually make a difference, make a dent in him. But you know, as it is, he's just constantly coming forward, and it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare to deal with.
Coming up to the final 30 seconds of round 6. Levi working to the body now. It's been a tidy affair. This referee hasn't really had a great deal to do at all. Both fighters just concerned with getting on with it.
Yeah, they are. It's really, really good. I mean, there's been no holding going on. It's you know, pure action.
Yeah, both fighters at every opportunity have just wanted to get on with it. How would you call that one? Another close round and a good recovery from Najib. I mean, he was absolutely up against it in the final stages of that round 5 there, and he's rallied well, hasn't he? He's recovered really well for round 6.
He has, and again, it's really difficult to split them there. I can't believe you're asking me this now, because I'm going to have to say that potentially went to the blue corner with Razaq, so I'm hoping that Levi can step on it.
It is a really tough one to call, and that's why it's really important for Levi Giles now, you know, as we enter the final, you know, the second half of the fight, the final 4 rounds, to make sure that it leaves no doubt in the minds of the judges, because there's an argument in the case of Najib, isn't there, for that pure work rate. His work rate's been incredible tonight. He's been relentless, he's kept going forward. He will be doing that for every single one of these 10 rounds, should it go the distance. Levi Giles is going to have to stop him from coming
what
forward.
we know about Levi, he's fit, very fit.
Yeah, he's going to have to stop him.
You've only got to look at him. He can keep this pace up. Let's hope he can turn it on a little bit, just or keep consistent in these last three rounds and 3 or 4 rounds, and you know, make a difference, make a dent in Razaq.
Well, as I say, what we know is that Najib will not stop coming forward. You have to stop him one way or another, because if it's down to him, he will not stop. He just keeps coming and coming and coming, and every time I've seen him fight, he's been the same. His work rate is relentless, his volume of punches. He's a real nuisance, in your face, sticking that jab out all the time, mixing up his shots, finding the gaps, changes his angles. Very, very busy fighter. Levi Giles just missing with a big backhand there, but when he times those right, they really are the eye-catching shots. What a fight this is. It's been constant action.
Good right hand there from Levi. He needs to build on that now. If he can hit a good shot like that, he needs to build on that.
Well, just approaching the halfway point now of round 7. The crowd all on their feet. They have not sat down for the entire fight so far. They've been screaming at the top of the lungs, imploring Giles to come forward. A good backhand there from him. And that's sometimes what you get on these smaller venues, these more intimate venues. The crowd right on top of the ring, really absorbed in it.
They always make for a
It's
good
a pretty
fight.
special atmosphere, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think they call it a small hall classic.
Absolutely. Some of these closely contested fights in these small arenas are some of the best domestic fights that you can see, and that is exactly what we have here. Credit to both fighters, their conditioning, and they've stuck to the task, and what a fight they've put on for the crowd here tonight.
Levi can't go stale here. He's just having a couple of moments where he's gone a little bit flat. He just needs to step on the gas a little bit here.
This is what Najib does. He just nicks the rounds. He just wraps up the points constantly with that constant work
and them shots, Levi. He needs to not stand still for too long.
30 seconds remaining in this one. Can Levi Giles find another gear to finish the round strong and make his case for the judges?
That's better on that double jab.
He won't want to leave it in doubt. Evasive defensive work from Giles there, just falls short with the backhand. The two fighters end up in a tangle to bring round 7 to a close. This has been fought at an incredible pace, Wayne, hasn't it? I mean, huge credit to both fighters. What would you say to that round? Another close one.
Yeah, very, very close. I can't even split that round.
Again, this is what it might come down to, isn't it? Is the constant work rate and volume of punches from Najib versus the more powerful, eye-catching shots from Giles.
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to depend on what the judges are looking at here, but you know what? I've got my bias head on, and obviously I'm a Levi fan, so I'd give that one for Levi just for the more eye-catching stuff.
Seen some of the replays here, and as you can see, he's just constantly moving, Najib, isn't it? How difficult is it when you've got a constantly moving target to land?
You know, when I've got my amateurs in the gym, I always say movement is key. Movement is key to any fight, because if you can move, you can land punches, you can defend. You know, and that's how you win a fight. So movement is a nightmare to deal with.
Here we go then, into round 8.
It's a good start from Levi here. Good little crisp shot there.
Nice counter to the body from Giles there. Just working his way in.
Lovely, he's getting his jab off nice now, Levi, in this round.
He's starting to push Najib back a little bit, isn't he, and take that centre ring now, Giles. He's starting to impose himself a little bit and dominate in terms of the space in the ring.
Yeah, he's holding his hands up really high, up on his forehead, or up on his temples there, you know, and putting that stiff jab in. So he's just backing Razaq up a little bit. He's creating a little bit of space. Hopefully Levi can capitalise on that.
Looks like Najib, has he got a slight cut there? It's like
just
there's a
over
bit of blood coming from his left eye. Looks like he's sustained a slight cut. Doesn't look too troublesome from here, although I don't have a great view of it, but referee had a good look at it then when he separated the two fighters and doesn't seem too concerned. Great backhand from Levi Giles.
Great shot from Levi there. So right where that cut is as well.
Yeah, definitely sustained a cut to the left eye, Najib. Whether that will pose a problem or not, we'll see. It seems to be causing him too many problems at the moment.
Well, that'll give Levi a bit of impetus to go for that area now, because obviously you can see the cut.
A minute left in this one.
He's looking for that cut area again.
That's better from Giles as well, isn't it? Because what he doesn't want to do is land and then stay there and let Najib reply with 3 or 4 shots. Yeah. On that occasion, he got his shot off, moved off out of range, and he wasn't able to respond.
Yeah, this is a much better round from Levi. He's thinking more defensively. Once he's got his shots off, he's trying to move.
Yeah, he's connecting with that backhand and then just dipping under. He's caught him again now with that left hand. Najib starting to look tired.
Yeah, he's just looking like he's wobbling a bit there.
Closing stages of round 8. Giles lands another one cleanly. This has been a very, very good round for Giles, both offensively and defensively. Last 10, he steps towards him. What's he got in these closing rounds? Giles looking the fresher man at this point.
Yeah, Levi stepped on the gas there. That was definitely a round to Levi there.
With Najib, though, his work rate doesn't necessarily decrease. There's less and less. The more arm shots now, aren't there? There's not much movement in terms of leverage. They do seem to be more arm shots, which is coming from the fatigue. Giles, though, is still full throttle with every punch. He's still loading up.
Yeah, if you look at Levi just on the replay there, you know, he's still composed. He's still looking to land a telling punch. You know, whereas Najib, he does look a little bit ragged. His guard doesn't look as strong. His punches don't.
More in that round,
he's backing up a little bit.
Step. But we haven't really seen him do much of that, have we?
I'm not sure if Matty would have given him some different instructions in the corner there for Levi, but
defensively
come
was
out
so much better, wasn't he?
Much better in that round.
The problem is, even if when he was landing those eye-catching shots, he was then still there for Najib to reply with several of his own. Not in that previous round, though. Much better defensively from Giles. Whether that came from the instructions in the corner, we don't know, but it was very effective. Let's see what he can do in this round.
Yeah, he's still sticking on that double jab there, Levi. And that's
great backhand from Levi Giles. And that is exactly why we may be seeing Najib slow down a little bit, because he will be cautious knowing that that's what's coming back. If he leaves himself open, Giles is firing that backhand over the top. And Najib will not want to ship too many of those. Giles steps forward again with the jab.
Yeah, he's not looking like he wants to step forward as much now, Razaq. So Levi's starting to get through to him a little bit with some bigger punches.
Seems to have done a good job on the cut. Seems to have stemmed that cut for now. It doesn't seem to have opened up again. They've done a good work on that in the corner.
Yeah, it's not bleeding at the minute.
He's in a good position in the sense that it's not bleeding into his eye, so it won't obscure his vision.
Yeah, that's really awkward. I've had that myself, where the blood comes down into the eye and you can't see.
There seems to be a bit of swelling as well, Wayne, but beneath the eye, so it's not, again, not going to impede on his vision.
Yeah,
toe to toe now, the two of them as they meet in the centre ring and exchange blows. Good work this from both fighters. Great backhand from Giles as he gets the better of that exchange. Steps forward. Can he smell blood? Can he see an opportunity here to really put it on Najib? Pushes him back again. Giles very much looks the bigger man. Can he use that weight advantage, that, not literal weight, but certainly the sheer size of him, he looks the bigger fighter, doesn't he? Using that to impose himself now and push Najib back.
You see Levi just staying compact and strong here, working that double jab, stepping forward, trying to get in range for that backhand.
Another nice backhand, superbly well timed, that backhand from Giles. He draws Najib in, doesn't he, and waits for his moment patiently. And when he lands that shot, it's so effective.
It took him a few rounds, but I think he's got his number now. If he can just stick to what he's doing now, a lovely little evasive movement, little slip there.
And he has managed to interrupt Najib's rhythm that we saw in those earlier rounds. Slower on his feet, not as much change of the angles as we were seeing before, and that's the sheer weight of these punches coming back at him from Giles as he goes to work again. Najib steps to him.
Last 10, Levi.
Great shot again from Levi Giles, left hook landing cleanly. Doesn't deter Najib though as he still continues to come forward. That cut opened up again now.
Yeah, that might have been a little tactical move at the end there, finishing in Levi's own corner, because it makes your opponent walk back to his corner across the ring, and it's always that little mind games that you need in this part of the fight.
When you're that fatigued heading into the final round, those few extra footsteps do feel like a lot, don't they? They
do, yeah. And, you know, my old trainer Steve Pollard used to say that to me. If you can finish the round in your own corner, you make your opponent walk back across the ring when they're tired, and it just takes that little bit more just to get across there, and it's a mindset thing.
It's those 1%, isn't it, as well, that each thing on its own might not make the difference, but accumulatively they can do. And indeed, when you're really fatigued, even getting up off that stool can be an almighty effort. As we head into the final round, you can hear
always up on his, he's up on his feet already.
He's encouraging the crowd. They do not need any encouragement. They've been treated to 9 incredible, fast-paced rounds. As we head into the 10th and final round, the crowd on the feet, the atmosphere lifted. It may well come down to this one. Who knows how the judges have it? Have they favoured the constant work rate of Najib or the power punches and eye-catching shots of Giles? We certainly will have an absorbing final round. You cannot take your eyes off this one.
No, I think if Levi can keep cool, calm and collected here, he should have it in the bag. Another good shot there. I'd like to see Levi just stay cautious and just let his hands go when he needs to.
Well, this is where all that training that you've done, miles on the road, rounds in the gym, you'll be thinking about those at this stage, drawing on those energy reserves, biting down on your gum shield and finding and mustering that last bit of energy to try and get yourself over the line and convince the judges. Just need to rally and find that extra bit for that 1 or 2 big shots that could be the difference in such a closely contested bout.
Yeah, this is where Levi needs the crowd to push him on, give him that extra 10%. Just to get it over the line.
Aren't they, Wayne? I mean, they've worked as hard as the fighters. They've not stopped. They've been on the feet. They've been shouting, cheering him on all the way through. Really fully behind him. What an atmosphere we've had in here tonight at Grimsby Auditorium. Brilliant for Grimsby to have big fight nights back here and a title fight on home turf. Right behind their home fighter.
Oh, they're going at it now.
Goes toe to toe with Najib, happy to exchange at close quarters, the two fighters, as they try and make room to let their shots go at close range.
happy to go toe-to-toe here.
Under a minute left of this one. Both will want a big finish to the round. What have they still got in the locker? Straight back at it, deep breath, and they go straight back to work. Closing stages, we're into the last 30 seconds. Levi Giles works to the body. Najib straightens up in a bit of a tangle. They're trying to make room to get the shots off.
A great shot again by
leads
Levi.
back in. He's got him up against the ropes. Najib trying to tie him up, but he gets free. He goes to work him again, toe to toe. What a finish this is to what has been an incredible fight. As we hear the final bell, what a performance from both fighters. Both raising their arms.
Yeah,
Crowd
both
up on their feet as they have been throughout it. Both fighters raising their arms.
Razaq just riling the crowd up a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the raw emotion, of course, after a fight. That's what can happen. Is on the ropes, having a bit of an exchange with the fans, but that's how it can get you, of course, the raw emotion. But his corner will settle him now and settle those emotions, and security have got a job on the hands here.
Yeah, I think they have. Let's hope they can all just settle down a little bit.
Just had to disconnect just for a couple of moments there as we just have a little bit of crowd trouble here. Just trying to make sure that everybody's safe at ringside. Not the scenes that we want to see, and really disappointing when you get this at the end of the fight. But of course, not to take away from what was, Wayne, an incredible fight. Enormous credit to both fighters. What a performance from both of them. I mean, the whole way through, the pace, the intensity, the skill. Just what a fight we've been treated to. A real classic small hall domestic fight here.
Yeah, definitely.
Tremendous.
Yeah, it was a great fight. It's just a shame there's a little bit of trouble at the end here, but let's hope we can get that sorted out as quick as possible.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just calm yourselves down. Listen, we paid all this money to watch these boxers inside the ring, not to watch you on the outside. Just calm down.
Apologies for that. There is unfortunately a disturbance in the crowd. Of course, emotions running high, and the crowd getting involved in a way that we don't want to see. It does sometimes happen, but let's refocus on the incredible fight we've just seen here for the vacant Commonwealth Silver Super Featherweight Championship. As we go to our MC, Terry Gauci.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Listen. Just calm yourselves down. We know you're getting excited. We know you've had a couple of beers. Calm yourselves down. It's about these guys in the ring. They've sold the tickets. They've got a brilliant show for you lot. Let's hear your support for these two boxers, because this is real boxing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards. Our first judge, Mr. Kevin Parker, scored the contest 95-95. Judge 2, Mr. Phil Edwards, scored the contest 97-94. Our third judge, Mr. Terry O'Connor, scored the contest 98-93. In favour of your winner and your new Commonwealth Silver Super Featherweight Champion, Grimsby's Levi Giles.
Well, there we have it. Levi Giles falls to his knees, overcome with emotion. He's waited a long, long time for this moment. He was denied his chance to celebrate in his last title fight, of course, that controversial decision against Michael Gomez Jr. Now, in front of his home crowd, he gets to bring the silverware back to Grimsby by taking this Commonwealth Silver Super Featherweight Championship. He's waited a long time. He went about it the tough way because that was a tough fight, and all credit to Najib. But a great night for Levi Giles and a well-deserved win for him, Wayne.
Definitely, I'm made up for Levi. I've known him for, like I said, I've known him for a long, long time. You know, he deserved it tonight. It was a close fight, don't get me wrong. You know, Razaq definitely brought his A game tonight, and it was close. For me, it was definitely the right decision that came in the end.
Well, we can see here, of course, Levi Giles now has received the Commonwealth title belt. It's round his waist. That is going to be a pretty amazing feeling, especially in front of his home fans. I know it means so much to him. You know, he's a fantastic ambassador for Grimsby. He's a great role model for the sport. A brilliant, you know, obviously an exceptional fighter, but just conducts himself in such a professional manner. As I say, great role model, great ambassador. Really important for him how he represents Grimsby, and what a pleasure for him, and you know, what a moment for him to be able to celebrate this